What's up guys, welcome back to Seize the Speed for another review. Today to the right side of me we have a 2024 Mazda CX-90 with a Premium Plus package. So the CX-90 is Mazda's flagship SUV in the game, going against big hitters like the Lexus TX, BMW X7, Mercedes GLS, and a lot of other 7-seater premium SUVs, and it gets very deep into the nitty-gritty. Mazda's done a bang-up job, and this car is definitely worthy of that competition. So let's look at the styling of the CX-90. First of all, with this gorgeous dark burgundy color, it looks really nice. Headlights, pretty iconic Mazda. The grille is a little different than what we're used to seeing with Mazdas. It's definitely gone big, bold, and luxurious. Let's take a look at the side profile of the CX-90. So this model comes with the 21-inch alloys, looks pretty sharp. Inline 6 badge on the fender, we're definitely going to be talking about that here in a little bit. Side profile definitely makes a statement. This is a big SUV, 7-seater, so makes a statement on the road. Looks really majestic with all this chrome trim around the glass, and you also get this chrome trim down here, Mazda embossed in there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back view of the CX-90. Same design language continues. Mazda design language in these tail lights. CX-90 badge. This one indeed is a all-wheel drive, and also it is eSky Active, meaning this has a mild hybrid system. Let's take a look at the storage space in the trunk. So we get our auto lift gate, and as you can see, for a 7-seater SUV, this is not bad at all, or I guess in this configuration with the captain chair, 6-seater. But for it having a third row, you still get a good bit of storage behind your third row seats, and of course, just like a lot of its competition, you can fold down the seats and even in the captain chairs to give you a lot more space if you need to carry larger items. So speaking of the inline 6 eSky Active powertrain, let's go ahead and pop the hood and take a look at it. Not a whole lot to see, but underneath this plastic cover lies the all-new Mazda inline 6 3.3 liter, and now it is mounted so that it's a rear wheel biased setup instead of the front wheel biased all-wheel drive setups of most Mazdas that we've been seeing recently. This hints the fact that they are going after their German rivals, and it makes me excited because Mazda knows how to dynamically make a really good car. So I'm excited to get behind the wheel of the CX-90 and see how they did with this powertrain setup. So this 3.3 straight 6 turbo engine makes 340 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. That's pretty impressive, and as I mentioned, it has a mild hybrid setup. All that power is transferred through a 8-speed automatic gearbox. Let's go ahead and see what the interior of Mazda's flagship SUV looks like. And right off the bat, you are in the lap of luxury. I mean, this interior is gorgeous. It's mad at me because I'm not wearing my seatbelts, but we'll get there. Let me turn down this air conditioner. There we go. So, two-tone Napa leather interior in the CX-90. And as I mentioned, this one is the Premium Plus. So you do get a lot of nice touch materials. You have this wood trim on your center console. The two-tone steering wheel, I really like this. This is cool. And the gauges are fully digital on this car. You have a few drive modes. You have sport mode and off-road mode in addition to normal. So this is what your gauges look like in normal mode. Let's take a look at sport mode. See the red lines? There you go. Little sporty gauges. And then off-road, and they kind of look like a retro truck, which is pretty cool. Infotainment, we have a pretty nice big screen in the middle. However, Mazda is still sticking to the rotary knob, and we unfortunately don't have touchscreen on this, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it is pretty intuitive. Otherwise, we have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, of course. We have a physical volume knob, which I appreciate. I like how Mazda is not abandoning all the buttons. Please keep it that way. We definitely like being able to physically change the temp, get our cooled seats on in this hot Texas weather. You know, whatever you need is just accessible. It's simple. You press a button, don't have to go through any crazy menus. I appreciate that tidbit in this car. Let's take a look at the back seat space in this car, shall we? All right, back seat space of the Mazda CX-9. And from the massive doors, you can guess how much room there is back here. These seats, of course, recline, and oh my God, this is so comfortable. These leather seats are absolutely gorgeous, but they also hold you very well. It's a good place to be back here. We do, of course, have a manual sunshade to block the sun. Back here, we have heated and cooled second row seats, which is nuts. Absolutely love it. This captain chair setup is permanent. So we have a fixed center console in here, and we have cup holders. So you get chauffeured around in your CX-90, you can have a couple of drinks, put your stuff back here. But let's go see how livable the third row seat is. All right, let's go ahead and hop into the third row seat space of the CX-90. Man, I really like the finish on these seats. Not only they look good, they're pretty plush. So, legroom, definitely limited, especially down by your feet in this one. You know, my knees have a little bit of wiggle room, but my feet are kind of struggling. You do have a little bit of room over here, so you could still fit adults back here. We do have vents back here, so they did think about us. We do have a USB-C. Headroom's not bad, honestly. Headroom is definitely livable, but long distance for adults, this could be a little bit cumbersome. But this isn't as big as some of its 7-seater rivals, so we can definitely give it a pass. Also, it gives you pretty good storage behind these third row seats. So I think Mazda still did a very good job bringing their flagship 7-seater SUV to the market. From the very back row, let's go hop in the very front row where the business end of this car is. Get behind the wheel, because I'm really curious to see how this eSkyActiv rear biased all-wheel drive setup with the straight six works. Let's go. Driving the 2024 Mazda CX-90 Premium Plus out in the wild. Gonna go ahead and stretch its legs and feel out this new powertrain. I've heard it's a pretty smooth one. Wow, that's a long gear. Makes a pretty damn good noise. Very smooth power delivery. You can slightly hear turbo whistle, but it does a really good job of insulating that and just giving you a ton of straight six grunts. I have my cooled seats on right now, feels fantastic. AC's blasting. Steering in this car, per the Mazda fashion, is heavier than your current run-of-the-mill family SUV, which I, for one, enjoy because it gives you feedback. It's better for your safety to know where your front tires are. And this car definitely does that. Let's go ahead and try the transmission out. Put in manual mode. It's pretty responsive so far. Put it in sport. Get on it. Transmission's definitely not tuned to be a sports car, but hey, it's not bad at all. The paddles are decent, they're usable, they're responsive if you feel like using your paddle shifters and having a little bit of a spirited driving moment. I absolutely love the look over the dash, this two-tone steering wheel. The gauge cluster is really pretty in this car. This Alcantara and the Napa leather interior works super well together. The choices of materials are pretty good in this car. On top of sport mode, of course, we get off-road, which unfortunately we're on a road test, so we can't test that out, but I'm sure this car has a little bit of off-road capability, being a rear biased all-wheel drive. Other than that, this car is very well insulated. You do not hear a whole lot of wind noise whatsoever in here. As I mentioned, this car is going after some big shot German rivals with its new fancy powertrain, and it's doing a very good job of it in terms of material choices, in terms of fit and finish. I see a lot of good quality craftsmanship in the Mazda. On top of that, the power delivery is super smooth. The engine feels very robust and powerful. And on top of that, you have all your driving assist features on this car. Of course, Mazda's got your back with active cruise control, with keep lane assist and all that jazz. Go ahead and get on it a little bit. Right at the shift, you feel a little bit of turbo flutter, which is sweet. It sounds great. It definitely gives you a lot more premium vibe with that straight six engine. It's silky smooth, and that's, I believe, the biggest selling point of this car to me over some of its rivals that you know, focus on efficiency more, or focus on pricing, maybe some focus on comfort. I think this one is definitely inherently a Mazda, where you have really nice dynamics. Even in a 7-seater, you feel very comfortable taking corners. You feel very comfortable with the acceleration and the power of the engine. The power band is super nice all the way through. There's definitely good noises coming from the engine. Choice of materials on the interior are phenomenal. Of course, we have this massive moonroof or panoramic sunroof above our head, because it does indeed open. Wow. It's so big that it takes the cover a good while to catch up. But if you're looking for a premium 7-seater SUV, the CX-90 is definitely a big contender in the game. If you're looking for an interior that is definitely eye-catching and luxurious, a powertrain that does not disappoint. If you enjoy internal combustion engines as much as I do, this is a pretty good choice. This car has a very peppy, lively engine, puts a smile on your face while you have your whole family in this car be carried comfortably. And with all that package being said, even though this is a 6-cylinder engine and it also is a mild hybrid, not a full-on plug-in EV or anything like that, it gets pretty impressive fuel economy. We're looking at 28 highway and 23 city with this car, which is pretty impressive for the size of it. So you don't make too big of a compromise not going with something 4-cylinder in this segment, for sure. Alright guys, so that's all I have for this Mazda CX-90 Premium Plus all-wheel drive. So the CX-90 starts right at around $40,000, but it can be equipped all the way up to something like this one is $62,000 and change MSRP. So let me know, for that amount of money, if you're looking for a 7-seater SUV, would you pick one of these? Would you pick a Lexus TX? What else is in the market that's on your mind that compares to this one? I'm eager to hear your opinion on this, but as far as this one goes, this video is over. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Peace out, and I'm out.